In this video, we talk about the key steps you need to take to make your business recession proof. How do you set up your business to become recession proof, to withstand the various storms that are, that we can never avoid as business owners, as entrepreneurs? Is this really possible? Yes, it is. So this is what we dive into, what we cover in this video. My name is Kersha Campbell, and I help everyday business owners, contractors, construction companies, helping them turn around their financial chaos to cash flow. So helping them to find those money leaks in their business, putting out those fires, those financial fires, the things that struggle, those struggles, the things that overwhelm them. We say goodbye to all that and so much more, ensuring that they have more cash coming in than cash leaving their business. I do offer a customized approach because every business is different. And that means that based on your personal situation, your goals for your business, what's happening in your business, we need to find customized solutions, effective solutions to really turn your business around. So that's what we dive into when we partner together. Can your business really be recession proof? Yes, it can. How is it that this is possible? This is what we're going to cover over the next few minutes in this training. For your business to become recession proof, you need to ensure there are two. We're gonna be really quite simple today. We are gonna just narrow it down to two key things that need to be happening in your business. One, you need to have effective systems, processes, and procedures in your business. And number two, you need to ensure that you are cash positive as a business. And that means that you have more cash coming in than cash leaving your business. Is this really possible? Yes, it is possible. The last few months have shown up that for a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs, they had neither of these things in place. So that is one of the reasons we are seeing a lot of business owners going down, because they had no effective systems, no effective procedures, no effective processes in place. They didn't have positive cash flow. A lot of them were relying on debt, and debt does have its place. But however, if you're going to be in business and you are relying only on debt, that is definitely a red flag. If it is that you always need to have that credit card limit extended, that line of credit increase, then definitely that's a red flag. If you're always on the hunt for another type of loan to really fund, the operating expenses, especially of your business, that is definitely a red flag. That is definitely a cause for huge concern in your business. So, can you really be cash positive? Yes, you can. Let's talk about being cash positive. Cash positive means you have more cash coming in your business than cash leaving your business. That means you have a positive cash flow. More cash coming in than cash leaving your business. Is that possible? Yes, it is possible. What makes up cash coming into your business? And again, this is going to vary from business to business. However, generally speaking, the cash coming into your business is from the various revenue streams that you have as a business owner. That means that you might be a plumber, so you might be offering your service to restaurants and all that. So definitely that's your source of revenue. However, when you just have one source of revenue, one way for monies to come into your business, that is a definitely red flag. That means your business is risky. And this is what we saw with a lot of business owners over the last few months with COVID coming on. This is what was happening to them. So as a plumber, for example, you might have focused just on the restaurant industry. The restaurants were closed for a period of time. You had no work to do. So if it were a case where you diversified your customer base, so you were able to you service hospitals, you service probably residential homes as well, then you'd have had that buffer, because if one industry is closed or rejects you for whatever reason, then you do have other sources that you can get your funds coming into your business. Another way to it as well, with having various revenue streams, some of the tradesmen, plumbers, electricians, what they do apart from offering this their service, they are also selling parts. So if it's a case where there might not be a job readily available, they are okay with selling parts. That's another source of revenue. So look within your business to see what are the sources of revenues coming into my business. Are they reliable? For example, if you're only relying on one major customer, that again is a red flag for you, because that means if something happens with the relationship, turns in a different direction for whatever reason, relationships do change, right? How will I survive? If they are the ones bringing in 90% of my revenue, if they go bankrupt, if they go out of business, how does that impact me? So it is very important that as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you are examining the ways that money is coming into your business, and make sure that when in examining these ways, you're conducting what if analysis. You're thinking, what if this happens? What if this doesn't happen? How will this impact me? What will really be happening in my business as a business owner, as an entrepreneur? So definitely cash coming into your business is going to be one of the key things to keep your eyes on. I'll also talk about pricing. A lot of times the prices for goods, services, products offered is not at the right price point. And pricing is something that can make or break your business. So it is very important that you have that ballpark price that is going to make you have cash in your bank account. A lot of times, based on what you're selling your goods, your services for, if we were to look at the complete picture, take into account the expenses, the costs that are related, you'll find yourself in a net position, a negative position net. So that is why it is important to examine the various revenue streams that your business relies on as well. We have to be looking at that. Another thing which affects monies coming into your business is how you're handling payments. Do you have payment plans? Do you have situations where persons are owing you for too long of a time? That again is going to impact monies coming into your business. That does affect your cash flow. So if it's a case where persons are owing you for too long, you don't have a system for follow-up, a proper system for collections, that again is a cause for concern in your business. You're going to be crippled as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, because what's going to happen is that you're going to have all these monies outside of your business when they should be in your business. And a lot of times, the longer money stays out of your business, it's going to be the harder it is to get it back into your business. So that is why it is important as business owners, as entrepreneurs, you are keeping your eyes on the cash inflow. How is it that cash is coming into my business? How can I improve the cash that's coming into my business? What are the changes that I need to make as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, to make sure that there is a steady flow of cash coming into my business? Seasonal business owners, this does apply to you as well. You need to ensure that when you have your peak time, you know your cycles. You should know your cycles. You should know, okay, when is the period of time I need to make enough money? When is the period of time I need to ensure that I get most of my collections in? You need to know the cycles in your business. And in doing that, you can plan accordingly for those downturn times, those low times. And also, you need to ensure that as a seasonal business owner, when you have these low periods, you are prepared for them. There are ways you can prepare for that. There are ways you can stagger certain payments. You can stagger certain costs, certain contracts. You can, look at what's happening in your business. You can say, okay, this I should probably delay paying this, or contact the supplier, the purchaser, and have a different ball game for payments, because you are a seasonal business. And again, as a seasonal business owner, the different revenue streams do apply to you as well. There are different ways you can implement, different services you can do that add on to say, okay, when my main core service or product is having its downtime, then there are other things that I can buffer, because the various revenue streams do impact your business, and they will improve your cycles, your flow of cash coming over the various cycles. So definitely ensure that as a seasonal business, the first thing I definitely recommend for seasonal business owners is to make sure you know your business cycles, what is happening when, and then you develop that plan for that as well. The Let's go to expenses. Expenses. We're always on the lookout. Can I cut costs? Can I reduce this bill? What can I do differently? And that is a good approach. However, bear in mind that as business owners, as entrepreneurs, if you are focused on the wrong costs, you're not going to see that impact, that change with cash flow in your business. You're not going to see it. What are the costs you should, and all costs are not equal. A lot of people think that, okay, a cost is a cost, an expense is a cost. There are different categories of costs, and they affect your business in different ways. That is why it is important that, again, you understand the different costs, you focus on reducing the right costs. What are the key costs you need to look at? You need to look at the key costs that affect the product or service that you're selling, the cost of goods sold, the cost of sales. What are those costs that are directly related? Normally, those costs are going to fall into being labor, supplies, goods, materials, labor, and if you're contracting out certain jobs as well. So make sure that those costs are under control. Think about it. If you are selling, let's just use some random figures here. If you're selling a service for, let's say, $10,000, and the costs related to selling that service are $11,000, you're left in the red right there, right? Negative $1,000. So that is why it is important that you examine, for example, labor. Is my team being efficient? Even if you have no team, am I being efficient, right? And what can I do to really improve the efficiency of production? We think about, sometimes we hear production, we think about probably manufacturing companies. However, as service-based businesses, production does apply to you because you're using your time, you're using certain skill set. So are you being productive? Is that being used effectively to reduce those labor costs when we compare to the revenue that's coming in related to that particular job? Job costing, that's a lot of times business owners, entrepreneurs are not using job costing in their business. Job costing helps you to dive in to see, okay, what's the real impact of this job in my business? What's the real impact? What's the real, income? What's the real cost for this job? And in knowing the cost, you can now say, okay, what's the real net revenue? What's the real net income that I'm getting from this job? That is why it is so important to incorporate job costing in your business where applicable as well. Inventory is another one. There are times where we have too much inventory in our business. It's just sitting there when that could be money that could be used elsewhere. So it's all tied up, and then it's like you're getting so stressed. How can I sell this? I don't want to be bothered. You get overwhelmed because of inefficient inventory practices. Having too much on hand, too little on hand as well. Because if you have too little inventory, and then at the time for production, at the time for selling, you have to be all over the place, jumping, running here, running there. That again is wasting time. So it is important that as business owners, as entrepreneurs, you are looking at ways to constantly improve costs in your business. Again, the thing is not only to focus on those direct costs, there are indirect costs as well. Insurance, certain office expenses, those are costs you need to keep your eye on. But to really see the needle for, your cash flow, for profits really move significantly, those costs directly related to revenue generating activities are the ones you need to be monitored closely. So it is possible to have more cash coming in than cash leaving your business. It is important that you understand the flow, the sources of these cash coming in, cash leaving your business, and from there you're able to dive deeper. I like to call it looking beyond the numbers, right? The first thing is to ensure we have accurate numbers, and then we take it to a deeper level, looking beyond the numbers. What does this mean? What is this saying? How can this be changed? What are different ways to do that? And we get into that with so much more. And that is so important as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. You are monitoring your cash. Cash is the oxygen, the lifeblood of your business. Let us be frank here. Without cash, your business will not survive. A lot of times persons might be focused on, oh, I need to ensure I have this revenue. Revenue is good. However, if you're not looking at the total picture in your business, that revenue will not leave any cash over in your business after expenses are taken into account. And also it is important to remember that your business is like a moving machine, like a body. All parts are impacting your business, they play a role. So keeping your eyes on all the areas, or having an expert support you in keeping eyes, a second set of eyes, a second set of brain, keeping all areas of your business unchecked, because it is important that that is done. What you do over in HR, what you do over in marketing will impact your business. So will impact your sales, will impact your bank account. All areas of your business are interconnected, interrelated. So it is important that as business owners, entrepreneurs, this is the focus. Effective systems, processes, and procedures. I I had a situation where someone reached out to me and they were owed almost $30,000 for years, and they were like, I know it should not have happened. It just gradually kept happening, kept happening, and sometimes I didn't even realize it was happening. I didn't realize it was happening until it reached this high figure. It's like I didn't know when it started. I don't know, and it was really very sad. And this this indicated that there was not effective systems, processes, and procedures in their business. One, if you do have an effective system set up in your business procedures, that means you're able to tell right away when somebody owes you. You're able to say, okay, they're owing me for 90 days, 120 days, it's going into 6 months. You will know that. And if they're going to pay, methods to get them paid, that's a different realm of focus. However, you do know that they owe you. So that is why it is important to have systems in your business which help your business flow, which help to keep things on track. You need to have, for example, you're sending out invoices. Are you sending them out sequentially? Do you know when a payment comes in who it is really for? Can you trace that back easily? If you just get a check and the person is probably not clear, can you trace it back? Or do you have a system where this doesn't match? We need to get more information from them. Are you looking at the persons who owe you? Is there a process for that? Do you know, okay, when they've reached 90 days, we start making follow up. When it's 60 days, that's when we start doing this. Do you have systems in your business? Systems has to do with the entire operation of your business. It has to do with automation. It has to do with the flow of things. Should task one be done, then task two, or is it better in the other direction, right? Automation, that's another thing that as business owners, it's often overlooked. There are so many things that can be automated, but we're looking at having it done manually, which may, be riskier in terms of errors, may be slower, right? So these are things when we get into setting up effective systems and processes in your business, definitely that will set up your business to be recession proof, right? Do you have a system in place where you know when your taxes are due, when there are certain key payments to be made over to the government? Do you have a system in place for that? Do you have a system to minimize the risk of fraud in your business? When it comes to collections, access to your bank account, is there a system? Do you have checks and balances in your business to really reduce your risk of being a victim of fraud? And fraud can never be eliminated. However, the game should always be constantly improve, constantly improve, constantly improve their processes, your systems to reduce your risk of being a victim, of fraud. So How are the systems and processes set up in your business? How effective are they? And again, as your business grows, your system needs to change to support it. Think of it, if you just have $10 coming in your business, it's going to be a different management when you have 20,000, a million. It's a different management of all that. So let us intern it all together. You can have a lot, you can be making a lot of sales in your business. However, if you don't have an effective system in place to manage monies when they come into your business, soon you're not going to have monies in your business. So that is why it is important to have effective systems and processes to manage what's happening in your business, to be proactive, to be innovative. As your business is changing, those systems will change. They will change to meet what's happening again in the economy, in the business environment around you, to ensure that you are set up for a recession proof business. You are set up for success in your business. So, just to recap, you can set up your business to be recession proof. You can set up your business to be cash positive, to have positive cash inflows. It's gonna, and having that, you can set up your business to have effective system, processes, and procedures in place. So definitely examine what's happening in your business and look at those two key areas, those two key umbrellas, being cash positive, having positive cash flow, and setting up effective systems in your business, effective processes, procedures to ensure that effective systems ensure that your business has that key foundation for becoming recession proof. And especially with what's happening, what has happened over the last few months with COVID-19 and this uncertainty, a lot of business owners are becoming anxious and frustrated. Now is the time to take a look at what's happening in your business and what can be done differently, what can be, done, changes that can take place in your business to start this process. It's not too late. So definitely take a look at what's happening in your business and reach out for help. It's always important to just reach out for help. I'm not sure it's happening. However, can you take a look at this? I need to know what's happening, what can be done differently in my business. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. And we will be on again soon. Thank you.